Hello everyone, this is my first time. I'm Hellhound662 and I will be reading stories on webpad most of the videos I'm going to make. Also, I will be writing stories on webpad and my name would be Milo VX, but I won't have anything on there for a very long time until I'm done with school and different things about that, and I'm pretty sure I'm not really good at writing stories, so yeah, we're gonna get this onward. I never read this first, so I'm just gonna go along with it. I'm sorry if it has bad language or something or anything. I'll tell who the writer is at the very end of this, so yeah. Well, enjoy. I hope you like and subscribe this if you like it or not, and well, let's get this over and done with. Also, I might say stuff wrong, like spelling or something like that, and I might have to redo my wording, but I hope you like. Sorry for adding that, but just saying. Bakugou has a sister. Soft Bakugou AU. Third person prov. Class 1A, including their teacher, has realized that a certain blonde has been acting differently lately, and they haven't been too close to class as much as before. It all started one afternoon a few months ago. So in order to, Mr. Ozawa was cut off on the sound of a phone ringing surrounded through the classroom. The students look among themselves, trying to identify who left their ringer on. Bakugou! The attention all drifts towards the certain hot-headed blonde sitting at his desk staring out the window. What the fuck do you want, hobo? Bakugou tore his gaze away from swaying trees and multicolored leaves outside. Bakugou! Inda stood up, arms as choppy as ever. The person in question just rolled his eyes, having heard this same thing from other many times before. That is very disrespectful. He is an elder, and Inda was interrupted by Mr. Ozawa. Yes, thank you, and he rubbed his temples, not looking thankful at all. Not looking thankful at all. No problem, sir. No problem, sir. And probably sat down in a robotic movement. Bakugou, sorry, it sounded like he was yelling. Bakugou, your phone is ringing. Bakugou looked up, finally acknowledging the ringing sound. He rummaged through his book bag to find his phone. Jesus fucking Christ, can you? He looked down who was calling. His eyes widened at the fraction, not enough for people to notice. But what they did notice was how he stood up and left the classroom. Bakugou! Mr. Ozawa called out after him. Whispers broke out among the teenagers. Where's Bakugou going? Who's calling him? Why did Bakugou leave? Is Katran okay? The whispers were cut off by a loud bang of the door, flying open. In walked Bakugou. He looked a bit pale, but he didn't spare any glances at his classmate nor teacher. He just headed to his seat and grabbed his backpack. I'm leaving. You can't just... I just fucking did. He spat and slammed the door just shut behind him. Flashback over. Ever since that day, things changed. At first, the changes were minimal. None of them noticed. They just shrugged the call off a day after it happened. But with time, Bakugou's ice bag became a bit larger. He cursed a bit more, and he wasn't invested in training. He drifted in and out of focus more lately. The changes were being seen, questioned. People saw how cranky he was each day, how he at least 3 times a week he would leave class early or something like that. One day, Mr. Ozawa announced that they were going to take a field trip to a local orphanage to see the kids and learn how to take care and treat kids, especially orphans or people in general who recently lost someone. I feel bad for them, Uraraka sighed. They were all on the bus headed towards the orphan. Yeah, on the okay. They were all on the bus headed towards the orphanage. Yeah, Kirishima wasn't as bubbly as he usually is. I don't want to lose my parents, especially if I'm a kid. If I'm still a kid. Silent nods were passed along everyone except the king of scrams and cussing, Bakugou Kaski. I bet they got some hot chicks with big boobs there. Mineta mouth watered before all the girls started to poundingly beat the crap out of him. Okay, Mr. Ozawa turned to face Class 1A in front of the bus. We're here. Please be respectful and don't do anything that might result to anything being damaged or something crying or upset. Only help out when the director says you can. And when you do, make sure to do it especially like they say so. If you make them cry, I'll make you cry. Got it? He glared at everyone of his students, who all shrunk back a bit, nodding their heads, but Bakugou just quietly scoffed in the back of the bus. You got it, Sensei, sounded through the bus. Mr. Zama smiled a teensy tiny smile. Okay, file out. Once everyone was out of the bus, they were all greeted with a tall middle-aged lady. She had long blonde hair that reached the lower back. She was dazzling blue eyes. She was dazzling blue eyes that seemed to hold more than on the surface, and she wore a light blue striped dress with a black dress shoes, and her hand firmly clasped in front of her. Bakugou's eyes narrowed towards her direction, and her body stiffened at the sight of him. Hello, she smiled through. It looked like a little standard. Welcome to Holy Hill Orphanage. Smiles and small comments passed through the crowd. Please come inside, she greeted for them to follow her. The orphanage was a brick building with a brown wooden door and green shutters. Down a certain code could be seen on the opposite side of the many windows. It was recently tall with a light green slope roof. A sign. I always say sigh on stories when I read to class. Gosh. Sorry. A sign was placed on the grass at the entrance from the road and read, Holy Hill Orphanage. There are about 50 kids here. Both girls and boys, younger in order. Sad expressions could be seen on almost all the students' faces. Some of them are here. She pointed to a door they were walking towards. It's basically the main room of the entrance building. They all come here to talk, play, and hang out. The rest either do their rooms or doing their chores. Everyone has to pitch in. She chuckled along with the rest of them. But whatever reason, Baku just scowled. Here we are. They all gathered in front of the double door. Be careful and don't hurt anyone. Don't hurt any of them. With that, she swung the two mighty wooden doors. There only seemed to be smaller age from the looked like 6 to 11 inside. But they all made the class smile warmly before rumbling where they were. All the kids stopped what they were doing and looked at the people standing at the doorway. The UA students felt their eyes burn into each of them before they all announced on one single person, Kit Kat! Okay, that was chapter 1. It was very long. I'm sorry for my voice sort of changing. I just realized that. I hope you like it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Be safe. And yeah.